Welcome back to my morning plot analysis videos with me, Rich Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. On Tuesday the 9th of October, let's have a look at cable, which has actually held up pretty well yesterday. In fact, throughout most of yesterday's session, or certainly the morning side of it, sterling was under quite a lot of pressure, falling away. Brexit still is a key factor here. Brexit politics in the next few days even, I think, could have a big volatility factor on sterling, in the fact that we've got this speech by Michel Barnier tomorrow, how that affects the timeline of Brexit in the next few weeks. Also, reports this morning that maybe around 80 Conservative MPs are ready to vote against Theresa May's Chequers deal. So it's going to be really quite choppy, I think. What we've seen is this market just unwinding a little bit of the late gains that we saw last week. You're down another 30 pips today, but it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts to this, because there is this sort of basis of support, or this pivot around 30.55 on a technical basis, which has been old lows which turned into resistance and became a pivot in recent times, and basically we're trading back around that level now. Sort of momentum indicators are fairly neutral. On the RSI 50 MACD lines pretty much flat, stochastics just unwinding back towards neutral. So it's a fairly important time for sterling to hold on to this this recovery uptrend that's been building over the past 7 or so weeks, and comes in at around 29.50 today. 130 big figure has been a sort of a gauge, I suppose, in recent months. I suppose it's psychological, but also came back in as a basis of support to an extent on Thursday, Friday, and you can argue still is a bit of a pivot line as well. So the fact is that finding support yesterday at 30.25 and rallying was considered to be a positive, I suppose. And look at these momentum indicators, you're still fairly neutrally configured really on the hourly, so it's not excessively negative in any way at all, cable, at the moment. It's actually sort of bordering on turning positive again, but it needs to get some positivity out from this the political sort of wranglings of Brexit, and at the moment it's obviously creating a volatility factor, but not really easy to trade on a day-to-day basis on that regard. So you got the resistance at 31.35 and then 32.15 overhead, but anything clearly the key support is 29.20, that reaction low from last week. If you break that, then you really are sort of turning negative again. But holding on to this uptrend is still fairly positive. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later.